I don't always listen to sports radio, but when I do, I prefer the sports Goombahs. Stay loyal, my friends.
Hey, yo, B, I don't want that guy's voice doing our show. Put him in the bathroom. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Cassidy King. I got my chef ain't here tonight. He's a little under the weather. I got Mike in the wall. This is the Sports Goombahs. We're coming to you from the 515 studio, where we're somewhere deep outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Just kicking it back tonight. Got a lot going on in the sports. You should give us a call. We're going to rant and beef everything. Anything you want. Don't have to be just sports tonight. 267-563-2893. 267-563-2893 is the Sports Goombahs hotline. And we are brought to you by Castle Public Adjusters. You have an insurance claim, you want to give these guys a call. 215-752-1237 or check them out at castlepa.com. Good evening, Michael.
What up?
Not too much, man. Not too much going on. It's a tough time of year with sports. I mean, especially if you're in the city of brotherly love, where losing is becoming something that's common. They're trying, though. I sat back this weekend again and watched a little sports, lots of little Flyers, some 76ers. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I'll tell you what I did watch. Watch that Steph Curry Saturday night.
Yeah, I did too. I watched that.
Jeez, man. This is the best shooter I've seen. He's the best shooter I've seen. I'd have to go back to maybe Larry Bird. I mean, getting that hot, being able to get that hot, especially at the three-point line. I mean, this guy's not even hitting rim. He's in net.
It's because it's not like, I mean, you think of great shooters in the past like 20 years, other than like Larry Bird, you go like Ray Allen, maybe Reggie Miller, but like they were great shooters. Like they're great players too, but like he's the best player in the league. He's not like Reggie Miller was never the best player in the league. Ray Allen was never the best player in the league. He's the best player in the league, and he's the best shooter in the league.
And he controls the floor too. He's. And I'm hearing that a lot of people talking about between him and LeBron. Also, LeBron's been moved over a little bit here. LeBron's bitching and moaning these days.
It's when I woke up on Sunday to a text message from Junior. He said, top three all time. He said Steph, Jordan, and Kobe. So he's already putting Steph as the best player in the history of basketball. I told him he was drunk.
Steph's been at this 3 years now. At this
level,
it's 3 years. So he's got to go a little further than that. He stays healthy.
No, obviously he was exaggerating, but that's, for just prime of like, for last 2-3 years, this run's unbelievable.
It's not even 3-pointers. These are 3-pointers plus 5 feet. A couple of them he threw up there. It's like he's even looking at the basket, man. It's like, at what point is it? It's just ridiculous watching him shoot. And the defenders, they're like, how do you defend the guy? If you got him up tight at the 3-point line, he backs up when he takes his shot instead of coming forward. But the whole team's good. The whole team's playing.
I mean, he already broke the record for most threes in a season, which was, by the way, was his own record.
Yeah, right.
And it's February.
Right.
He's got like almost 30 more games left.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Very surprised if Golden State itself loses 10 basketball games. The only thing close to them is San Antonio, and they're not your typical San Antonio anymore. But that's in the league. As I look around, and I'm watching a lot of basketball lately because I'm trying to, what else am I going to do? This is in sports right now. So I'm trying to focus, and the rest of the basketball I watch, not even worth watching. Not watchable. I mean, locally, forget it. And, if Golden State's not playing, first of all, it's not being televised. No one really cares. The NBA game of the week is always them. They're the draw. But, think about as good as he and the team. Like last year, he was amazing. He was a league MVP. He won the He won the NBA championship. This year, he's averaging more points. He's shooting better percentages from threes and from the field. Yeah.
And the team has a better record. Like He might win the most improved player of the league after winning the MVP.
MVP. Yeah. He's likable dude too.
Yeah.
That's one thing about him, and it's not happening at the NBA these days like that.
It's likable because, like, LeBron, even before the decision, people hated him because he was crowned.
Right.
Steph obviously was never crowned. And if anything, people looked against him. Well, he's not a point guard.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a shooting guard.
Right.
Well, what is he? So LeBron came in as the savior, whereas Steph was told, "You're too small for this league."
Right.
And he's obviously not too small for this league.
Yeah, I enjoy watching. Like, he's got me back to watching basketball again. Locally, I don't know. I watch a couple Sixer games just to see what's going on down there, and it's the same old. And I got to hear Brett Brown bloviating from the pulpit, the same old crap about I feel bad for him standing up there. I don't know if he's losing his mind with this whole situation here, if he's even going to be around to see the change in this team. But he's put a lot of.
They're not going to let him go until they have 1 year where they expect to win. Maybe even if they shouldn't, there's going to be 1 year where actually they go, okay, this is the year we need to make the playoffs. If he doesn't, I could see them firing him then. Yeah. They're not firing him before this gets good.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
But it's not really a shame because he's bought himself immunity off this and good grace. Yeah,
but how much more can you take as a coach?
Well, he's not going to quit.
Yeah, well, this is bad for his resume.
Why would you? No, honestly, I don't think it is. I mean, it'll be bad for his career numbers.
Yeah,
I don't think this negatively affects him at all. If he quit today, I think he'd get a job next. With the upcoming offseason. Yeah. I fully confidently believe that.
I don't know. It's brutal to watch now, but you see, there's a change. You can see the change coming. Colangelo's got he's got his crew down there now, and who's D'Antonio is the assistant coach now.
Yeah,
he's going to be the head coach.
No,
you don't think so?
No.
Not after a couple years?
No.
It's just, he was a head coach. He was actually. Yeah. He won a title?
No. He was with Phoenix.
Phoenix, right? Yeah.
During their innovative days.
Right.
But then he was also there in New York with that mess.
That chaos,
team.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Well.
So it's not like he has a spotless record either.
No, not at all. But the attendance is up a little bit. I heard down there a little bit since. I
didn't check the numbers.
Yeah, a little bit. Not too much. Nothing to talk about. Zoomed into a little bit of hockey too this weekend. I don't know what to say about that. Up and down.
Have the Flyers won?
Yeah.
Not that I care. I'm just wondering.
They got make a few bucks this week on them. We'll talk about that a little later. A few bucks in a losing cause for the most part. NHL's in a lull right now. It's tough to follow. It's tough to watch. Everybody's doing their thing. You're posturing for the playoffs, and then the usual suspects are at top. And, it's not too exciting. I did, however, see that thing you talked about last week about the referee and the kid fighting.
Yeah.
Was that a college game or a high school game?
I think it was
like a double A.
Yeah, it was like a junior league. Well, they're like 16, 18.
It's funny. I watched the video and further into it, the cops came there, pinned the player down the ice. They cuffed him, took him off the ice. It's probably the first time I've ever seen any arrest made on the ice in any level of hockey at all. But that must have been something brutal there for some reason for them to call the police or whatever. The funny thing is, the players, all the other players on both sides, they just watched.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Usually when it's not the NHL where fighting is legal and you do it, just as part of the game. Where you get into college and street hockey and maybe high school hockey, you break that stuff up. You just don't let it go until someone's bleeding or the police come one way or another, right? I would have broke it up, but how did something? I guess you're right. Depends on how it went down. So last night I sat and I watched a little Oscar action on TV. I'm not one to watch the award show, but this one had it coming. You know what I mean? All the controversy against the black actors and that kind of stuff. And everyone wanted to see what was going to go on. And it was always, to me, at some points it was kind of embarrassing. They took it to a different level. They actually made fun of the whole thing instead of leaving it alone.
Throughout the entire show,
yeah. Right. And
every chance they got.
Every chance they had, right. And even some of the chances went backfired on them a couple times. I bring the one lady out there, one actress out there who was against the whole thing. And I forget her name. I'll look it up on the break. Chris Rock, I think, did a good job. Mm-hmm. Very smart. Chris Rock is a smart comedian. Yeah. I put him up in the categories of he thinks on the run. He's real good at that. He's like that. He's got that Jerry Seinfeld thing going back and forth where they're so good on they see it. When you ever go to a Chris Rock stand-up, he points out the situations in the world. And he makes fun of it, much like George Carlin used to do back in his day. Chris Rock is political, but he does it in a comedy way. So he gets away with whatever he says, much like George Carlin does. Sometimes Jerry Seinfeld used to do it when he used to do stand-up. He sees the world in his own way and makes a comedy. I think Chris Rock does that. And he saw a situation there last night where a little uncomfortable for him. He knows the people who caused the aggravation or made the stink, and he is who he is. But I thought he did a pretty good job. He was pretty funny at times, and a couple times he got caught up in it where it wasn't funny. And of course, the Oscars everybody's always trying to make a statement other than what they're there for.
Oh yeah, of course.
DiCaprio won his Academy Award, and I love DiCaprio. I think he's a great actor. This guy can do any role. You give this man a role, and he'll do it. He'll eat it, and he'll do it. Spit it right out too. I didn't see the movie Revenant, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I'm going to see it at some point.
Yeah. I'll probably wait for it comes on the big screen or whatever in my house for the most part. But he's had roles before which he should have probably won, and they used to say, "Well, he's being snubbed." I just don't think he. I just think when he had
Wolf of
role,
Wall Street, he should have won.
Yeah,
that's pretty safe.
Because you know what it was? That character that he became in that movie, is so intense, and that's the thing about him. When he becomes those characters, he's believable. He is the character. But of course he got up there and he had something to say. He had his own agenda up there by the end. I mean, it wasn't a bad agenda. It made a whole lot of sense. He's right about global warming and the fact that what did he say? They had to find a place that they could film the movie that had enough snow to make it right.
He had to go to the southernmost tip.
Yeah, really. So that made a lot of sense, and I was happy for him. I mean, it's he's got a long career in front of him too.
But I mean, here's one of my things. I mean, again, I don't really care much for the Oscars. I watched The Walking Dead from 9 to 10, but I did watch from 10 to the end. So what I saw, it really wasn't as bad as what I expected. Mainly because I missed a lot of the stupid awards because nobody cares about the best scored film.
Right.
Like, I mean, nobody really cares about that. So the ones, I mean, I saw a lot of the main ones and everything was fine. But like when the people are complaining there's not enough diversity and things like that.
Bullshit.
It's not that it's it is bullshit in a way. But here's the thing, like, looking at if you look at this, I'm trying to think of the way to word this. Like the Oscars, obviously the movies that they have up there are not the most popular movies.
No, they're not.
They're never going to be the most popular.
If Will Smith was good enough in Concussions, he would have been nominated, just like anybody else who does well. Any other actor, black, white, red, or blue, doesn't matter. If the role's that good and you did that well, you would have been nominated. Obviously, he thought he should have been nominated. His family thought. And a few other people, but the Academy didn't. But
I pulled up lists of like the highest rated movies and the highest. I mean, grossing doesn't really matter when it comes to this because it's all, Disney movies and stuff like that. But like, I was looking at the top grossing movies, and then here's the top rated movies, and like none of these movies, granted, the only person I think who should feel snubbed would be Michael B. Jordan for Creed.
Yeah.
The fact that Stallone got nominated and he didn't.
Right.
That should bother people. That should bother people.
I know. You see, in that, and how do you become a supporting actor and the main actor? It has to be together. It's like,
because I'm looking at all these movies here. It's like the top 20 for ratings, and they're all. I don't want to say none of them are black movies, but none of them had black. Like Mad Max, which I thought it looked awful. I had no interest in that. But like Inside Out was a cartoon movie. Selma, Brooklyn, Spotlight, Star Wars, like. All these, The Martian, Mission Impossible, none of these things are The Room. I never heard of this movie, The Room, that
I don't know
won all these awards.
No.
But like, when the most popular movies with black actors in it, who are the most popular black actors other than like Will Smith?
Denzel Washington.
He hasn't made a movie in years.
Idris
Elba is never like he's like a good black actor, but he's never like the man in these movies.
He's the guy who played in Draft Day, and he played in the Get On Up with he was there last night.
He's in a lot of like good like those kind.
He was in the
he was in
Jackie
42.
Robinson.
Yeah, he was in 42.
Yeah, right.
I forget it.
Good actor, real good actor.
Draw a blank on his name. But he takes like real roles. The rest is like Kevin Hart. His Ride Along 2, gonna get nominated for an Oscar. Is Ice Cube gonna get nominated for an Oscar? Like the only ones you should feel snubbed are like, Michael B. Jordan and guys like that. Like I said, Denzel hasn't made a movie. What's the last Denzel movie?
Yeah, well, he got his Academy Award, and that was it. And I didn't think it was that great. What was that? The Training Day was the last time you saw him up there, I think.
I mean, obviously he's been there since then. But
well, I mean, as far as Academy Award, I mean, what's the last movie he's done? And a lot of these guys, a lot of these big actors, they slip away for a while, enjoy life. Like De Niro making a movie every week, regardless of how good or bad it is. I mean, you got to have the roles out there. I mean, you can say all you want. The writers don't write the the movies. They don't write the the screenplays that are for a type of person that's not going to be out there anyway. I mean, you're not going to get an Afro-American or a Chinese guy to play Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so there's only so many different roles that you could have according to what is being written. So, I mean, the future it's going to change. It hasn't made the change yet. It will eventually. I mean, like I said to you before the show, the president of the Academy was Afro-American. I was shocked after all this.
I didn't know that. They're complaining that they're not
whoa.
getting chosen, but the
person running the show,
the entire the head honcho is now she's a black lady.
But obviously she doesn't do the voting or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She just runs the show, make sure the food's right, that kind of thing. Who knows?
And I mean, I'm just looking at Denzel was nominated in 2012 for Flight. Remember the movie? He was the drunk
movie?
Yeah, I never saw it.
Wow, really?
But yeah, he was nominated.
I like that. I thought it was kind of phony. I don't know if you can fly those planes upside down. But never heard of it.
Morgan Freeman was nominated in 2009
for
Invictus, which I never saw.
Oh, that was the soccer.
Most of these movies I never saw. Yeah, was that the one where he's the South African?
Yeah, it was with what you call was in that too. Matt Damon. He was the player who had the big role in that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I know the movie you're talking about. I don't know if that's the same movie, but then Will Smith was nominated in 2006 for Pursuit of Happiness, which was a good a good movie.
That was a good movie,
and he did a good job. And the winner that year was actually Forrest Whitaker, another black guy. So
I don't know what the stink. I don't know what that's getting right back. I don't know what the stink was this year. Okay,
I mean, maybe we're not obviously. Maybe we're not in the position to make this argument.
I see what I see. I mean, if the movie was good, if there's an actor, black, like for instance, we talked about black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, Jap, whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Long hair, short hair, one eye, no eye. People, where's the dividing line to who we're talking about here? But it's obvious what it is. It's the black-white thing, and it's just continuing into Hollywood, like a dozen sports, like a dozen politics, and it's just on and on.
Like, don't get me wrong. I never heard of Eddie Redmayne my entire life. Have you ever heard of Eddie Redmayne?
Who's he?
He was nominated this year, and he won last year for Best Actor.
He won what movie was that there?
The Theory of Everything.
Oh, that little skinny guy. Yeah, that was the what's in yeah.
Like I'd never even heard of this guй.
No,
I've never heard of him.
In fact,
my entire life.
I didn't see The Theory of Everything. I wasn't interested in seeing it. I don't know what that whole thing's all about anyway. What's going on? That guy is forget his name. The smart dude. What's his name?
What, Jobs?
Nah, the one who's in the wheelchair who has the I think does he have Parkinson's or whatever?
Stephen Hawking?
Stephen Hawking, yeah.
What about him?
That's who he played.
Is that what it is?
That's what that's the whole movie.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't see what that was because it says the role they played.
Yeah, it was a tough role. So that's why, to play that role was really tough for him. So I don't know. Oh no. I'll tell you what though, the commercials were pretty funny. There was a lot of them were.
I didn't pay attention.
Compared to the Super Bowl, way better than the Super Bowl commercials. I'm thinking to myself, here's the commercials. Some of them were funny. Some of them had to do with the awards itself, the snubbing and that kind of stuff. But it was, it was enjoyable. You could watch, you laughed at them when the commercial was over, right? Even though, and at you didn't know what the commercial was about. In fact, the commercial had no reason about what the product it was selling, but at the end they flashed the name of the company that was representing it. And that was it. End of story. Unless I see you now, I still can't remember any of the companies. Oh, no, they were funny commercials. But yeah.
I was looking at some of the past nominees and winners. I mean, Jamie Foxx won.
Yeah, for Ray, that was great.
Denzel won for Training Day.
For Ray, I thought he was more like Ray than Ray was in that movie for the most part. Yeah, Jamie Foxx, Denzel, Forrest Whitaker,
but some of the guys who have won and have been nominated. I mean, other than Leo, but then like how can you argue against like Daniel Day-Lewis? Like the guy's like the best actor in the world.
Legendary. He's
the other guy like Johnny Depp, Sean Penn,
right.
Clint Eastwood, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Heath Ledger.
On.
I mean, these are big, and some of these guys are. I don't know what this guy. Who's Jean Jardin? I'm assuming he's French.
Yeah, he's a center for the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, he sounds like it.
Oh man. Oh no, it was a pretty good show.
Are the French angry they're not getting enough nominations?
Nah, the French are having problems too. They're next on the board. It's too funny. But then what else? I don't want to talk politics, but I said I would talk a little bit to a certain amount of people out there today. I was telling Mikey when I walked in. This is the Marco Rubio. Okay. he was somewhere today, and he was talking about Donald Trump's hands. Okay, and he comes out and he goes, "Well, you know what they say about guys with small hands," and the crowd's all laughing. And yeah, Rubio didn't say what you're supposed to say. I forget what he said. Something you're not smart or something like that, or you can't be believed if you have small. Did you ever hear that? If you have small hands, you're not believable. No. So what he did is he ran himself into a position there where he couldn't finish up his joke because he has become the joke now. Okay, Trump has drawn him into his own game to where now he's beefing back and forth with Trump about stupidity, water, sweating, small penises, things like that. You know what I mean? That's what this Republican debates or the Republican election has become. Okay, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's the funniest reality TV I think I can say I've ever seen in my life. Really. I mean, you think this is the race for a president with TVs. It's like a reality show. Even that show that HBO has on now, it's supposed to be called Circus. I was watching a little bit of that last night. It's not as good as the real thing. You know what I mean? And they were trying to do this, show the ins and outs of the race, and you can't even duplicate. It's ridiculous.
I'm not following in any way, shape, or form. I just know it's. I don't know. It's sad.
You know, it's hard not to follow now because even on your Facebook page, it's automatically coming up on your page. They figured a way. They got you on your.
I just don't click on it.
No, it's coming up. It's automatically. It's there. You have to click on it to get that stuff, but the articles are coming right up. It's almost like you can't block it off. They've managed to weasel their way into that, so you can see all this stuff firsthand, even before it gets on the news. But tomorrow will be the what they call it, Super Tuesday. I don't know what that even means. I don't know. There's like 4 or 5 races tomorrow.
I mean, maybe I should. Now I'm getting older. Follow politics. I don't follow in any way, shape, or form. I keep wondering why they keep having these like
debates.
So and so won. I was like, how do you win? South Carolina. I don't know. Are they actually voting?
Yeah, there's delegates to win. Each of those states have delegates. You win, you get.
I thought there was just one universal election day.
No, what you do is you got to win them in order to get the nomination for your party. You got to get a certain amount of delegates, and that's what they're all getting. If you win, you get a certain amount. You come in second.
Personally, I don't even want you to explain it to me. I don't even want to know because I have no interest in this.
Here he is, 28-year-old dude.
My vote doesn't matter.
Doesn't you vote?
No.
Doesn't vote. Doesn't care. Doesn't give a shit.
Not registered. Which
might not be a bad thing these days. I don't know. I don't know what's better to vote or not vote. I don't even know who to vote for. I couldn't right now sitting here. I wouldn't.
I'll vote when somebody runs that I care about.
Yeah, well, it may never happen, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the climate that we're in now,
because I think eventually, because obviously Trump is starting. Like we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was last week, but I think we're getting to the point now where people that aren't in politics are going to start running on a year on every 4 years. There's going to be people like outsiders who. Like we said before, if Mark Cuban runs, I will register to vote. And I'll vote for Cuban.
Don't think he's not going to.
So as I'm saying, if we start getting real people, not real people. I mean, if we start getting people like that, then yeah, I will get out there vote. But right now, I don't care enough to go do it.
Yeah, it's a shame for Trump. His mouth is just out of control, man. He's just I think the Ku Klux Klan now is involved in this thing. I was reading today. I said I can't go any further than that. If that's involved, I'm done. You know, where does it stop with this guy? It's amazing that he is where he's at right now. Did he think he would be at this point at any part of this? I don't think he thought he would.
I don't think he thought he was gonna get this far.
No, this far. Now I don't think he knows what to do with it. You know, he's on top. Now you got to figure out what to do with it. I would just keep my mouth shut from here on in because you don't have to worry about it after this.
It's just amazing that like the things that are being said and like on like presidential shows and debate, like, it's like how is this like granted I haven't followed this too much in the past, but I don't remember McCain and Obama, calling each other fags and stuff. Like I feel like
their dick sizes.
Yeah, I feel like this is where we're getting at now.
That's where it's at. And this isn't even between the Democrat and Republican. This is the actual Republicans against themselves. So at the end of the day, Mike, when Trump wins the nomination, these people have to come behind him. Because if they don't, then they're giving it the presidency over to the Democrats. So when you know what I'm saying? It's almost like they're doomed either way they look at it. Mm-hmm. So they can say it's amazing how these guys, girls, whatever, run against each other to be the president, and they're all beefing against each other and ripping them throughout the primaries. And then when they win, they're all on the same side.
I always say that. It's always weird. They do anything in their power to say how awful the person is.
Right.
Then they lose and go, oh, no, he's a great guy.
Yeah. So you know what they're doing to Trump now. They're trying to rip him apart, trying to find tax problems, business problems, lies, and things like that. The lies are all over the place. Forget about lies. Both sides. That's all you do is lie. They don't even call it lies anymore. I don't think that's another name for it. It's, the uncertain truth. I don't know. But it's forget about that stuff. At this point, you sit back and you look at it and you can only laugh. You can only laugh at the whole thing as it's a complete joke. And you're right. What's going to happen now is whether Trump wins or loses this thing, it doesn't really matter because it opened the door for any type of person to run for president. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a real joke 25 years ago when Russ Perot ran. He was a businessman, same way. A little crazy, kind of weird, that kind of thing.
I remember him.
He didn't have a chance. He was just there to cause trouble. But if you look at what he did, he opened the door a little bit. You look back at some of the people that ran for president. It's not always the governor of a state, or a senator. But what we've done here is we opened the door. Trump's opened the door for anybody. Anybody has a few bucks. He's showing that you don't need billions of dollars to run for president. And you're right. A person like Mark Cuban, who I think, I don't know what his political. I know he's involved in politics. He always has something to say. But I don't know if he's capable of doing like somebody even wants to, but the avenue's there for him. Somebody with money, popularity in sports, it always helps, your sports acting. Look at Trump. Is he an actor? Yeah, he's been in the movies. He's been in movies.
Yeah, he's physically appeared in them.
Yeah, all kinds of cameos and stuff like that. And he's done everything. He's owned 2 sports teams, I think, right? At one point. Home Alone, yeah. I don't remember Home Alone 2.
He was in Home Alone 2, yeah.
I remember he got lost in New York. I don't remember seeing him in that movie.
Oh, because Kevin stayed in the Trump Towers.
Oh, that's right.
Trump Hotel.
right. You walk down the hallway.
Yeah.
In the what's called, yeah. So who knows what's going to happen? Like I said, I think it's the reality TV at its best. You can't beat this, man. And it's not a 13-week show. This is a whole year. And then when it gets to the presidency, who knows if Trump's what's he going to say to his opponent, to Clinton or possibly Well, I don't think Bernie Sanders is going to make the run. What's it going to be like to that? Male, female, the way he is, the talk and all, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts in the next year. Thought the Obama election was crazy. This takes it all. All right, let's take a break and we come back. I got some picks for you. See if I can make you a few bucks this week. Last week, not so good. But you can't win them all. Mikey's got the wall report. Once again, we hope the chef's better. I think he had some kind of food poison. I think he ate his own food. Right?
That's rude.
Just kidding. I kid the chef. Anyway, don't forget May 2nd. We're back at Steam Pub at 606 2nd Street Pike in Southampton, PA. Come check us out. We'll be going on the air at 7 o'clock. What, 7:30? 7 o'clock?
7:30.
7:30. We're good. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, whatever. Just be there by 7 o'clock. Get a good seat. Get some food.
It's our show. Go on whatever the hell you want.
That's right. We'll go from 7 to whenever. Be nice and sunny out. It'll be daylight savings time. The deck will be open. At Steam Pub, 606 2nd Street Pike in Southampton, PA. Sports Goombahs. Me, Kashi, got the chef and Mikey, and maybe we'll have some guests and some girls. Who knows? Who knows what we'll do there? Join us. All right. Cash the King, Mikey the Wall, Sports Goombahs. We'll be right back in a couple minutes. Avoid the hassle. Just call Castle Public Adjusters. Get the edge on your insurance company. 215-752-1237. That's 215-752-1237. Or check them out at castlepa.com. Don't settle for less. Get the maximum for your claim. Castle Public Adjusters. 215-752-1237.
Hey, yo, Cassie, what are you doing?
I got plumbing problems here. I can't get the water to go down the drain. What am I going to do?
Call Guaranteed Plumbing, 215-342-7200 for all your plumbing needs. Serving the Philadelphia area and the greater Delaware Valley.
What was that phone number again?
215-342-7200.
Oh, yeah, oh.
BZI Group Inc. for your individual and small group health insurance needs. BZI offers free, instant online insurance quotes and applications from major health insurance carriers. The BZI Group is dedicated to a no-nonsense approach to health insurance. They focus on giving you the insurance you need in a timely and cooperative manner. Whether you're looking for individual and family, group, seniors, life, or long-term coverage, BZI can help. For additional information or to speak with an insurance expert, call 1-800-431-4834 or email them at www.bzigroup.com.
When you need a good roof over your head, call Seal Roofing. They've been keeping folks warm and dry for many years now and are proud of their work. Seal Roofing and Contracting does it all, whether you need simple repairs before the next big rainy season or a whole new roof. Maybe you need new siding or windows. You can be certain that when you hire Seal Roofing, you're hiring the best. Available 7 days a week with 24-hour emergency service and free estimates. Call 215-533-4066. That's 215-533-4066 or visit sealroofing.net.
Sports Goombahs, Cassidy King here. You got Mike at the wall. Chef's not to the left.
Put a poll out there on Twitter at Sports Goombahs. You can check it out. I just asked some question: is Steph Curry better right now than LeBron in his peak? I literally just put it up. The first vote came in and it says yes, he is.
It's a good one. I mean, LeBron's been, what, 5 in a row? Titles?
Oh, he's been 2?
Yeah. 6. 5? 6 out of the last 12.
I feel like you asked me this every time I mentioned him. And
he had 2 Miami wins, 1 Miami loss. He was there with Cleveland twice.
I think
so 6.
No, he lost
Cleveland twice, right?
Yeah. Because he was there last year.
Yeah. I forget when he won Cleveland. When he went to Cleveland, was that his second year in the league?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, Steph hasn't been there enough time, but I mean, if you go by his stats, what he is his yearly stat. I mean, I don't know.
He's been to 6 finals.
6 finals, and the last 12 years, right? I think it is.
Sure.
He had those bad Cleveland runs. He had that one, and then he got out of there. I don't know. You compare. You got to have a little longevity.
2 and 4.
2 and 4. That's not Jordan-esque. He's got work to do.
Jordan-esque.
He's got work to do. I like Curry a lot better as a person, as a ball player, Plus, he runs the team nice, too. He's made Iguodala a name. Where did I see Iguodala? I think he was in was he there last night? I'm trying to think if there was a commercial where he was they were doing something like that.
Iguodala?
Yeah, he's in a rap song. Somebody has him in a rap now because they're doing something with the Warriors. Andre Iguodala came from nowhere. MVP. Leave Philadelphia. Things go good for you. All right, this is the pick session. This is where Cassidy King, myself, tries to earn you a few dollars. Mikey, too. How'd you do this week?
1-1.
1-1. The pick session is brought to you by Auto Magic Car Care. You can check them out at automagiccarcare.com or give them a call at 215-322-2561. That's 215-322-2561. Mikey Primo, Maddie Lynn, the finest car detailers in the Delaware Valley, bar none. Auto Magic Car Care, automagiccarcare.com. All right, last week, 6-5, lost you 190 points. Okay, based on what you're going there. That's all Vig, because we had a winning week. Good start, real rough middle. One of the real rough middles. And then we finish it up with a couple nights to get us back. Not too bad. I'm on a 30-14 run in a 4-week situation here. Along with Mikey's wins too. Hey, if you're paying your bookie, it's your fault, not mine. All right. This week I got 3 hockey games. These are all tomorrow. And like I said, I'll be posting them on the site every night. some of these might change too. I did a couple of them this week. I changed things around a little bit, as far as I can't predict 3 and 4 days ahead of time here, especially in the NHL. Tomorrow, the Washington Capitals are hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Caps are keeping it running. I was very surprised. After the All-Star game, they usually hit the deck. I like this hockey team. They're winning, and this could be the year they could go to the finals. They very well could. They have the team now to do it. Who was I think? I think somebody got traded today on Washington who's been there for the whole, the whole 7 or 8 years. I forget the name. Jordan Stahl? It's not Jordan Stahl. Somebody else.
Eric Stahl.
Eric Stahl. Yeah,
Carolina.
His brother went to the Rangers. Yeah.
No, Eric Stahl went to the Rangers.
Went to the Rangers, right. Somebody, I forget who the name is. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, I like Washington tomorrow at the over 2.5 goals here. I think that's a treat against Pittsburgh coming into Washington. It's easy money right there. 2.5. I think it's minus 150 on that one. I like that game a lot. I like Washington to win there too, but the number's too high. The other game is Nashville hosting Dallas. Nashville's starting to move back again to where they were in the beginning of the season when they were down like Dow Jones hockey team. Keep an eye on Nashville. I like this game to go to over 5.5. Dallas, Nashville, over 5.5. I think there'll be a lot of goals scored in this game. I think the 5.5. I don't like 5.5 too often. I like this one. I would, if I saw a 6, I would take that. That's how many goals I think is going to be scored in this game. The other one, Tampa Bay. They're going into Toronto. Toronto stinks. I say it every week. I don't know why this team can't get it together after all these years and years and years. It just never ends for them. I like Tampa Bay, the over 2.5 here. A surprise. Well, it's on the road, so I didn't expect to see a 3.5. So 2.5, it's a minus 170. It's a large number for a side toes. I still like Tampa Bay here. I like them for the win too. I don't know. I'm going to put that up. Check me out. SportsGoombahs.com tomorrow. See if I do put that up as far as the win as well. So I'm looking at 3 actual plays here, maybe 5 with the wins, with the Washington win too, along with their over 2.5 side total. Likewise with Tampa Bay, also with their 2.5 side total. And then you have the Dallas Nashville game, the complete total, the whole game itself to go over 5.5. There you have it. 3 hockey games so far for this week. They're all tomorrow night. Coming off a 30-14 run, rough week last week, lost a couple dollars, not too much, but it is what it is. Mikey.
Before I get to my picks, which like I said, I went 1-1 last week. Clemson got the cover for me. Well, they lost the game, which I was sad about, but they did cover because they're dogs. But
Clemson.
Yeah, I want to throw it out there that on Wednesday we are beginning the Sports Goombahs Women Crush Wednesday March Madness bracket. So it's going to be attractive ladies coming at you pretty much on a daily basis. You got to check us out at Sports Goombahs to submit your vote on Twitter. Of course, we have the polls that you can put out there. So every day we're gonna have the matchups. We're gonna start. We got 2 playing games starting on Wednesday. I was thinking about maybe starting tomorrow because it's March, but I figured it's a Women Crush Wednesday poll that started on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, make sure you get your votes in. I'm gonna have the pictures up side by side, and you basically say, who's hotter? That's what we're looking for. So that's what we're here for. Beautiful babies, man. We got one of them wear a Goombah t-shirt. We gotta reach out, man. We've gotten some retweets by the ones that have been out there. They were happy to be named. A couple, I think, because I said, but so far we've done 18 of them. I mean, we're almost like half of them pretty much retweeted us at some point. Like, oh, thank you. Hey, ladies, if you feel you're warranted to be on this list or be on our site like this, you just give us an email, text, whatever. Make sure you look like the ones that we have choosing. The ones I don't know. By the way, I don't know if you noticed the one that's up there right now. I noticed it. You know who that is, though? That's what you call his daughter. Yeah, Mick Foley's. Mick Foley's daughter. Mick Foley's daughter. I can't believe he produced that. Definitely didn't get his looks. That's for sure. Definitely didn't get his looks. As soon as I saw the last name, I knew who it was. I just think about it. Like, you put that name. Like, I mean, if she was just a regular, that's a strong body too. That's not just your typical. If she's just a regular girl, maybe it wouldn't. I mean, the fact that she came from that, you got to put her up there. Mankind. Noelle Foley. Good looking. So I have one play for tomorrow. Usually, I mean, I've been slacking on my later in the week plays, just because I was been doing a lot of work. But I'm gonna make sure I actually get more later in the week plays, not just my earlier weeks one. So I have one for tomorrow night. It's a late game, so you have plenty of time to get it in. San Diego State's on the West Coast. San Diego State, they're -1. They're 21-8 in the year, but they're -1, and they're coming off a loss. So I don't think they're gonna lose 2 games in a row. I like the fact they're coming off a loss. They're -1 against New Mexico, 16-13. So it's basically a pick. I think San Diego State's gonna get the win there. So that's my pick for tomorrow. check us out on Twitter where you can vote for the Women Crush Wednesday, and also check out our picks. We'll post them up there.
There it is. Money for nothing. And the chicks are free. There you go.
Some good galleries. Got some good slideshows. And
that's our picks. And once again, they're brought to you by Auto Magic Car Care. Check them out at automagiccarcare.com. 215-322-2561. All right. Saw a little article today. Yesterday on NHL news here. Gary Bettman. Okay. The Crown Prince Clown of the NHL gets more booze than anyone ever in sports, regardless of what you do. He's looking to change the point system in hockey. Now, B's not here, and I know you're not a real hockey guy, but I had to point this out. I mean, it's not bad enough that they screwed the overtime up. All right. But now he wants to award the regulation winner 3 points now.
I'm fine with that.
What's the difference? I mean, at this point, why don't you just let the game end the way it ends?
What they should do?
Why add points to it? I can't. What does that do?
What they should do, and if you want to keep the 3-on-3 overtime,
yeah.
Do you want to keep it?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you do right. If you win in regulation, 3 points. If you, but no, first of all, you have to get rid of shootouts. It's the 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime. If nobody scores, then 1 point for the tie and end it. You can't do no more shootouts. Shootouts got to be over.
Why don't you just do the 3-on-3 and winner take all?
You can't play it forever.
They don't last forever. They won't last forever.
But I'm just saying you can't though.
Yeah, I understand that. If you play 3-on-3, and it's a 3-on-3, they
don't want them going 15, 20 minutes of 3-on-3. What if you have a back-to-back?
I'll tell you what, man. The fans love it. I mean, aren't you playing for the fans?
No, you're not.
Well, I know. Why I'm saying I understand the real reality.
Play
of it
three NFL games a week. Well, fans will love it.
Yeah,
but no, it's not a reality.
Well,
it's not for the fans.
I don't think. Well, then just play the overtime, and then they used to have ties in hockey.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But leave the tie the way it is. Get your tie, and both teams take the point like it used to be. Each team got a point, and you're done. Why do all this stuff? Why add 3 more points, 2 points, whatever? Just play the game, play your overtime, no shootout. You want to go to 5-minute 3-on-3s, do that, and call it the overtime, and you don't get it there. You get the tie.
They should just blatantly rip off soccer. That's what they should do.
Yeah, right.
Just you have the third period, and then when it gets towards with 30 seconds left, they announce all right, we're adding 3 minutes of stoppage time. And that's it. At that point, there's no overtime. It's over. If no one scores in that 2 or 3 minutes of extra third period hockey, then it's over. Yeah. And it's you get 3 points for winning, and you get 1 point for tying, and that's it.
Stop playing. Stop playing with the outcome of these games. Enough already. It's like Bettman has nothing better to do with himself. Promote this game better. Let's see the players. Let us know who the players are. Get around. The only time you get there to see them without their helmets is, God forbid, they get into a fight and the helmet gets knocked off.
Like right, because obviously I don't know hockey. Right now, if you win, you get 2.
Yes.
And if you lose in overtime, you get 1?
Yes, that's correct. The overtime winner gets 2 points.
The overtime loser gets 1, though, right?
Gets 1, right. So you're playing for 1 point. But if you keep
that's why I like the way soccer is, because they make it so that, two draws is not as good as a win.
Right.
But we're in hockey now, if you lose in overtime twice, that's just as good as a win.
Right. Exactly. You get 1 point. But, you can't keep doing that.
I like the 3-and-1. Get 3 points for the win.
And that's what they see. They see because there's an advantage to the win now. Now you're getting 2 points.
Yeah. And now you're more inclined to go for it as opposed to saying, okay.
What about just get your 2 points and a 0 for the loser? I mean, it's like the same thing, isn't it? If you get nothing, you get 1, you get nothing, still a loss. I mean, what's that 1 point doing? I don't know. It's like I said, I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. Bettman just keeps playing with the game.
But my thing is, if you have to have ties still. If you're gonna do 3-and-1, there's got to be ties.
Yeah.
There's now if you lose during that extra time, you get nothing. That's it. You get 0.
Right. You got your 1 point.
Yeah. No, you get 0. Like there is no more. If you lose the game, doesn't matter when it occurs. You get 0 points.
Not now, though. Now you get 1.
No, that's what I'm suggesting.
A loss is a loss.
A loss is a loss. You should get 0 points.
Right, I agree 100%. You should not get rewarded for a loss.
Yeah,
and that's what hockey does.
Yeah,
you figure, we're going to the overtime. We got 1 point. At least we're not going out getting something out of this. If you're going to get a 0, you might play different.
Yeah,
you might go stronger, not play because you're home, play because you're away. Because they do that on the road when you're home and you're away. They play a different way. play for the tie. You ever heard that saying?
Oh, yeah.
All the time in hockey, it's said all the time.
Happens in soccer all the time.
Yeah, playing for the tie. Well,
Well, that's what I know. I don't know hockey, so I'm relating it to soccer.
You got to learn some hockey here, man.
It's not that I know how the game is played. I don't find it interesting.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who don't find it interesting.
I love soccer.
Hockey was better in the older days, man. I think. I just, I don't know. I am with all the goalies and all that stuff and the scoring and that kind of thing.
No, I mean, this is something I've been looking for. Like when I was looking for wall report things, I keep passing this thing. It's not wall report worthy because it's nothing. But this whole Aaron Andrews, this whole trial.
Oh yeah.
I'm so. First of all, I'm sick of this girl.
I think she's horrible. I think her sideline reporting stinks. Okay, she's only there because she was naked. Take away her naked pictures in the hotel, and she not even makes the ESPN.
That's not true because she was what? She was on ESPN first.
Was she?
Yes.
Yeah, but she was lower level.
No, she wasn't. She was very famous.
I don't remember her. I don't remember her back then. I remember noticing her after that incident.
Well, because she only did college in the beginning.
Right, I guess you're okay.
But everybody who actually knew of her, like she was like the other thing. She was like the it girl originally because she knew sports. She was very attractive.
6 foot, yeah.
And she does also. But then, like I said, I've mentioned my disdain for her and on many previous wall reports. She bought into her own hype so badly that she played ESPN into like she played this like contract with Fox to get a race from ESPN. ESPN said go to Fox then. Yeah. So she went to Fox. Like she's like I said before.
She's prototypical. For
I think
Fox.
the way I described her is she seems like the kind of person who Googles herself.
Yeah.
Like that's the way she seems like she does. What are they saying about me now? I want to hear. Oh, okay. I'm so hot. Oh yeah. Yeah. Aaron Andrews is the best. Yeah.
She's terrible, but she's got herself in some controversial stuff. I mean, she had the Super Bowl 2 years ago with Sherman, which is a big deal. Him yelling at her or her making like she was the villain in that, just because she was in the wrong spot at the right time. I don't like her. I don't like her on the sidelines. I don't think she does a good job. And I'm not much for those sideline reporters anyway. I don't see what we get out of that. It's almost like it's just more flair for the game, See,
I think sideline reporters, I'm not saying they shouldn't be there, but they shouldn't be interviewing people during a game.
And it's all coaches when they're going off the field.
Because you're going to get nothing.
Yes.
Like if you're there to say like, hey, I talked to so-and-so to give me an update on an injury, that's fine. Yeah. But I don't need you interviewing the coach as he walks the field. He's not going to tell you anything. Yeah, we tried really hard. We got to do better in the second half.
Oh no, this is what we're going to do.
Or if you're winning, we had a great first half. We got to keep the pressure on a second. Like that's it. Like what? I did it for you. You don't need to actually do this. Wait, we're going to come out. Well, next, in the second half, we're really going to work on the weak side. I saw a lot of. Like, you're not going to give out your game plan.
Hey, Aaron, get on your knees.
Come on, it's a family show.
I don't know.
But I'm sick of Aaron
I get
Andrews.
nothing. I can't remember anything. Like the best thing I ever saw was when Joe Namath was
Susie Colbert.
That was it.
Because he wasn't a player.
That was the greatest sideline interview ever.
He wasn't somebody actually in the game. For people in the game, you're not gonna. I mean, like I said, the Richard Sherman was the one time.
Right.
But then again, if you throw a camera in a crazy person's face,
right,
they're gonna have emotional things. Look at me and look at the only gold I get is Popovich.
Yes,
Popovich, because he loves it.
Yeah, he thinks he plays right into
it.
Oh yeah, slap you in the head.
How can I make this conversation as awkward as possible?
Right.
Yeah, I love Popovich just for that alone.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, got that right. Watch a little bit of the NFL combines. Just to switch over that real quick. Not good, man. Not these players. This to watch these.
I used to watch it when I was like a big like junkie and had time for this.
It's like the steer. The farmers are out there looking at the pork.
It's just another reason for people to get their NFL fix. That's all it is.
But it's like these guys are running, they're falling, they're making moves, they're criticized back and forth, and it's like them. It's like they're sitting there with the check and they're picking out their cattle. You know what I mean? That's what it's like. Yeah. Connor Cook, the quarterback from what was Michigan State.
Yeah, same guy who snubbed Archie Griffin.
Right. Can you believe that? How can he? Archie Griffin is he's like an icon of running backs.
He could have cared less.
He couldn't care less.
He probably didn't know who it was.
Well, you should know who it is.
Yeah, I know.
A player like that, if you're in the NFL, you know players like that. You know what I mean? For him to snub it, then come out and say in an interview.
He's not in the NFL. But
what?
He's not in the NFL.
No, not him. I'm talking. Yeah, if you're going to the NFL, I mean, if you're a football player, you know these guys. You learn what these guys are. He comes out and he, after snubbing Griffin, he comes out and he's doing an interview. He's saying, well, they want him to describe himself. He's Tom Brady. He says he's Tom Brady ready. You know, that's the type of quarterback he is. And
Good for you.
I play football like Tom Brady does, and then he could care less. Man.
He plays football like Tom Brady is, and he plays quarterback.
Yeah,
that's
what it
that's
said.
close.
He's got a QB.
That's as close to Tom Brady. Does he wear number 12? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's 18.
So okay, so no, he's not like Tom Brady.
So he's a Manning.
So the closest he gets is the fact that he plays the same position in the same sport.
Yeah, and he's real cocky on the interview. Real, I hate him already. He's already on my target.
I don't like him just because he's not very good.
They're pumping him up like he is. All right, he's my Tebow now. Okay, now I'm going to watch him.
Well, this is going to be a very short-lasting hatred because you're not going to hear about him again.
Well, who knows, right?
Yeah,
he's already talking. I'll make sure we don't hear about it again.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tebow, I saw that he's going to try to make another attempt to the NFL. He's working out. He's been dancing, singing. So
karaoke.
I guess he's going to sing some national anthems, maybe have the NFL choir or something like that. And you can see the people tweeting and in Facebook and other places. Oh yeah, Tebow's coming back. There's people out there. They still love this guy.
I mean, he never did anything wrong to anybody.
But he doesn't even play. You know what I mean? And they did a poll this week that he's in the top 10 of the most popular quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Well, he's not in the NFL right now.
Yeah, but people don't know that. When they ask them who name a quarterback in the NFL, Tebow's name comes up more than not.
Well, they're obviously not asking NFL fans.
Well, but it's just the fact, Mike. The point they're trying to make the point that his name is so out there that people don't know he doesn't even play in the NFL anymore.
It's like when Jimmy Fallon used to do, not Jimmy Fallon, but Jay Leno used to do like the jaywalking thing, and he'd go like outside of Lakers games and go, "Oh, what do you think about what do you think about Riandis, Trayondis Perry? What do you think about him?" They go, "Oh, he's so good. He's not a real person." They'll go, "What do you think about the Lakers' rhombus defense?" And everyone goes, "Oh, I think it's stout." And so it's like they don't actually know anything. They're just making things up. So if you go to any random person, not a real sports fan, say name a quarterback, "Oh, Tim Tebow," because you're not a sports fan,
right? But there's so many other quarterbacks that are popular in the NFL. You think Brady, Manning, Breeze, whatever, or Rodgers, who was at the Oscars yesterday, by the way, photobombing people, a couple of times. Aaron Rodgers enjoys his life, man, what he does out there.
I just saw on Twitter that I guess it's the LA Rams now. They are in contract negotiations to extend Jeff Fisher's contract.
Really?
Jeff Fisher.
They're gonna bring. He's Teflon.
Jeff Fisher is the most average, maybe even below average, coach in sports history.
Got one Super Bowl run.
Why? Because the reason I only noticed it because I went on Twitter and I see he's one of the main trending things. I'm like, what is it? What did he die? Why is Jeff Fisher trending? And everyone's just angry. Like, what is this guy doing again? So it's funny. Somebody actually edited his Wikipedia page, and I'll shout out if you can see it. They edited his page. This is his career record now. They just for the future. He's just 7-9 every year.
Oh, average 7-9.
Well, no, this isn't his real thing. This is the year 2019.
Oh, if he maintains.
So somebody edited his Wikipedia page to basically saying this is what he does. He's 7-9 every year.
Yeah, that's they moved the team. It's a wonder they keep him. I don't know how he does it. I mean. Yeah, when was he in the Super Bowl? That Tennessee went
2000.
The first Rams.
Yeah,
the first Rams
Super Bowl.
Yeah, like he beat the Rams. The Rams beat him.
Yeah, Rams beat him.
That's who he's with, right? Jeff Fisher. He was here once, man. Remember? He's buried in that 46 defense with Buddy Stinking Ryan. All right, I think it's that time again, don't you?
No.
Now, the Wall Report.
It is time for the Wall Report with that abrupt end. And it actually was 1999 was the year with the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God. Jesus, 15 years ago. 16
more.
years, 17 years ago.
Because it's funny because when I searched,
18 years ago.
I was trying to find the year, and I searched Jeff Fisher, Titans, Rams, forgetting that he coached both those teams. So it didn't give me anything about the Super Bowl. It just showed me his career record.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I know. I got to narrow it down a little more than that. Yeah, but it is time for the Wall Report. Very, very brief Wall Report in regards to stories, and then maybe we'll play. Those some categories that we could discuss some things because it's not just us for main topics. Nothing's really happening in sports in general. No one's really. I mean, we can sit here and talk about Manziel, if you like.
Yeah, I mean, but Johnny's,
That's what I'm saying, but it's just
he's a drunken bum.
we're beating at that horse. And I've said it. I mean, I always thought he'd find his way. He's not going to find his way. I think it's officially you can bear it. He's done. I think his career might be over.
How stupid can you be, man? I mean, if he's got who knows? I don't. He's got no pairing, evidently.
But he's gotten worse since he's gone to the NFL.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Cash.
It's not like he needed cash when he was going to bars in Texas, Texas A&M.
Yeah,
he can walk in any bar and do this.
Mike, if you're in the NFL, you get girls.
He was getting girls in college.
Yeah, but you're in the NFL, it's even better. You get treated like a king everywhere you go.
You were being treated like a king in college. You won the Heisman Trophy. You don't think he could have walked into any place and people wouldn't know who he is?
And he's addicted to it.
But my thing is, like, in college, you can get away with it because it's college. We're kids.
You're supposed to be having fun, right?
Like, you think, how does it get worse when you go to the NFL?
He's an unhappy dude, man.
He's clearly not happy.
Yeah, he's an unhappy dude. He can't get along with women. Okay, he fights with dudes. He doesn't want to be told what to do ever, even if it's a coach. So he is what he is. He's a college quarterback, and that's the end of the story. He's not even that good of a quarterback. He's not NFL material. He made it to the NFL. He's just
if he was a Tim Tebow like role model type player, yes, he could play in the NFL. I don't mean he could be a starter.
Yeah,
but he's among the best 64 plus quarterbacks in the world.
Yeah, in the NFL you are. Yeah, absolutely.
So I think he was definitely good enough. It's just no one's putting him up with those headaches. Yeah. So we can
not for that kind of cash. No. Come on.
Now, like I said, it's a limited wall report, but these stories are pretty good actually. Now I'm really relooking at what I put. It's pretty good. Some pretty wild things out there. The first one actually, I don't know if you just saw this. This was over the weekend. A Pittsburgh sports themed cruise. Now had a bunch of Steelers, Penguins, and all famous
Gronk?
Pittsburgh athletes. Gronk is not from Pittsburgh, so no.
Also that burp.
But no, like Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, they were all on this. Like I said, some Penguins were on this. They were cruising around in the Gulf of Mexico. So it's for fans of Pittsburgh sports to interact with their players. Sounds like a great idea. And everything was fine, and nothing really went wrong, except the fact that as they're floating around the Gulf of Mexico, they've discovered this man-made raft with 16 refugees who have been stranded at sea. They've been stranded. Yeah, I'm dead serious. There's been stranded at sea. No one knows where they came from or how long. And they were just, I guess, like something they were on sunk, and they had this little makeshift raft with 16 people floating around on it, middle of nowhere. And they saved them. It was a good story at the end. Jacksonville Jaguars defensive end Dante Fowler. He was like 4th overall pick last year in the draft. He's the one that blew his knee out first day of practice. He hasn't played yet. So apparently he's got a baby because he's got a baby mama. I don't know anything about it. I don't know how old it is. Knew nothing about it. He's got a baby mama. He's also got a girlfriend. He's not with baby mama anymore. Well, these two apparently don't like each other, so they want to come to fisticuffs. Dante Fowler is not only okay with that, he referees the fight.
Nice. And
this is on camera. He was outside of like a elevator, so elevators have cameras. We all know that.
Best of it.
We all know the elevators have cameras. Ray Rice. So these two just start brawling. He's funny. He gets in the middle of the first, then he kind of does like the backup, like okay, go, and they just start tearing each other apart. I guess I don't know who won. I think actually Baby Mama might have won. I remember because obviously I couldn't tell who's who. I don't know these people. Somebody got on top, and he was the victor, and then Fowler kind of tosses the girl off. So I'm assuming that was Baby Mama. I'm going to assume you have
Baby Mama.
I'm going to assume you have girlfriends intentions. You care more about her.
Right.
So he eventually breaks up, tosses the Baby Mom to the side, and him and girlfriend leave. But I guess he didn't think it was going to be caught on camera, and now it's making its rounds. He's of course he's embarrassed and he's apologizing. The team's looking into possible suspensions and things like that. Not because of it, but the fact that he threw a girl like he did. He threw her. He tossed her off. So, I mean,
you can't do that.
He tried to let him blow off some steam, but
yeah,
you got to do that behind closed doors where no one can videotape.
No cameras, can't do it.
PGA or Gary Woodland. If you've ever heard of him, then you're a huge PGA fan. I never heard of him.
I don't know.
But he was playing in the Honda Classic over the weekend.
That I watched.
Yeah. Well, you may have saw the shot. Hit a ball, not in the water, but almost in the water. So he had to go in, like he had to be in the water to hit the ball out.
Oh, is it the guy that hit it over back into the water?
No, it's not that guy.
Okay. There's a couple of them.
There's probably a couple of those because there's a lot of water. So he didn't want to get wet because he's a righty. So to hit this ball, he would have had to be in the physical water.
Took his pants off.
Took his pants off.
I saw that. Yes, I did see that.
Took his shoes, socks, and pants off, And then he hit the ball and he ended up in a sand trap. So it was
He was
not
in his undies, right?
He was in his undies.
Whitey. Tidy Grays.
Nah, he had some boxer briefs on.
I doubled. It was on TV. I double take it.
He ended up shooting a 78 on the day, which was the second worst. So maybe he should have kept his pants on.
So he couldn't roll the drop. Roll him up to his knees like they usually do. He had to take his pants off. Huh?
Yeah, I guess
That's some deep water.
He probably fell. I don't think it was that deep. That's I saw the video. But I just think maybe he's like, hey, you know what? Let's make some.
Take your shoes off.
Let's make a YouTube clip out of this. I'm not going to win anyway.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Speaking of the combine, Mississippi State defensive lineman Chris Jones, who's running the 40, he fell. And do you see why he fell?
Something broke on his shorts came off.
No, his lack of a better word, his dick popped out.
Nice,
because you see these things these guys wear. They wear these tight biker short spandex, and 6'6".
Wait, he go down because of it, or did
he felt it coming out? So he
went down.
Yeah,
right?
he kind of covered up because you can see him immediately. And unfortunately, you can see it.
That's why there was a cloud over this thing.
It plops out, and he goes quickly like that. I mean, you have these 6'6", 300-pound African American men who. I mean, they probably got some large members down there, and you can't be wearing bicycle shorts. It's gonna plop out. Eventually, it's gonna happen. That was on national television. So
I'm looking at it right now.
I don't know why of all the things that's the first thing you go and Google. Jason Pierre-Paul, he's suing Adam Schefter and ESPN for tweeting out his medical records.
Like they would have found that out anyway.
Yeah, I know. That's what I don't get. I mean, everyone knew he had what happened, but. Just the fact that his medical records, like the printout of his medical records, but like I said, this is 2016 in a nutshell. You know, people are now suing people because they were tweeting out their medical records. Not a good idea.
That doesn't work.
Montreal Canadiens, they just surpassed 1 million followers on Twitter. We are not one of them.
Who would follow them right now?
I don't know, but so they did a little promotion where basically. If you tweet them with the hashtag Canadians MTL1M for 1 million, they will auto-generate a tweet to you with your handle as like the name of your jersey, and your jersey number would be 1M. Now, unfortunately, they didn't realize that they would auto-generate these things, and some of these things I can't say. So, and they're tweeting these out to their 1 million followers. So there's some screenshots of some of the Twitter users. Like they sent this jersey out. It is at I Love ISIS. They tweeted that out. I was a big fan. This is one I'm not gonna say out loud because I will get beat up and we will get taken off the air. They said,
"Wait, when we beep it."
At death to N words, but they said the whole word. Death to black people. With the N word, death to them. They tweeted a picture of a jersey saying death to N words. They tweeted that one out.
Add to the pressure, man.
They tweeted another one who's the Twitter user. His handle was at N-word Subban because PK Subban's their star player. Do you think you'd maybe not? Maybe you think you'd look into maybe okay, we won't do every. Twitter person that does this.
What they want to get that top number.
Yeah. Then somebody tweeted them and said at Montreal Canadiens, F you, and then they're actually saying the curse word F you over and again. You guys are shit. F you, all losers. Your fans are pieces of shit. Hashtag Go Leafs Go. And they tweeted him. They tweeted his thing there. So they really didn't care what you said. You could say anything. If I knew this, obviously, I would have tweeted him.
Well,
I would have got our custom-made Goombahs jersey.
Let's get on that, man.
I know. I wasn't aware of it. I should have done death to black people. That got on there. Ohio State guard Jay Sean Tate. Now, you've seen since the beginning of time, college basketball, the late in the game, close game, point guards slapping the court. Right. Big moment, right?
Right.
So Jay Sean Tate slaps the court. He tears his labrum in his shoulder. And the point guard, the guy who's going against him, blew right by him and scored the go-ahead points because he needed to slap the court to hype everybody up. And he's now out for the season, in case you're wondering, because he slapped the court too hard.
How hard you have to slap a court to have that happen to you?
Tear your labrum.
You have to really, stupid.
Stupid, yeah. Same with college basketball.
Put him in the who goes in the Grammatica category?
Yeah, that is bad. That actually would be technically. The thing is, he's not even celebrating. He's hyping people up and tears his labrum. RC Nate Mason, who's actually the leading scorer, and Dupree McBrayer, they've been suspended. Pretty much kicked up the team because Dorsey tweeted out a video of him and a fellow teammate having sexual intercourse with a girl. Nice little three-way action. Decided, let me tweet this out.
What? I don't get why when they don't think people are going to see this and move it. I mean, and you want to bust up your career. I don't get it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just, why would people do not think before they tweet? They really don't.
They can't. They got to be so wasted.
Why would you think that's a good idea? I mean, obviously, the thing is, like, it's not like it immediately got taken down. Like, it was up for a little bit. Then eventually, I guess, he started catching wind and he took it down. But and it's funny because who's the coach of Minnesota basketball? Good old Richie Pitino, Rick's baby boy.
That's where he's at now. Huh?
Yeah, sex scandals follow this family.
Pitino.
That's horrible. And then finally, New York Rangers fan Robert Cantor, he's suing the New York Rangers after getting hit with a puck at a game. I don't know if you heard this. He got hit in his thumb with a puck. It was going to hit his son, so he put his hand up to save it. Hit his thumb. He's now suing them, claiming he has no use of his thumb, hand, or shoulder.
Where was he sitting?
I have no idea.
Well, if he wasn't behind the net, that means now they're going to extend that net every time they do that when they get the lawsuits come. Might as well put a dome over the ice. I mean, at this point, you can get hit by a puck in your thumb and take your thumb off. Why would that affect your shoulder so bad? That's just. It's affected his pocket. Yeah, that's payday. He just figures this. Yeah, this is Madison Square Garden. They'll give him 10. They'll give him a half. They'll give him a wing. 60, 67. They'll name a section after him. Yeah, get a section. Give him some tickets. A couple meals. Couple freebies over there at Luger's on the other side of the bridge. Well, you gotta give him. I mean, you gotta figure if you just some tickets, a hot dog, and a beer. That's right there is like $500. Yeah, boy. So that's what we got for the Wall Report this week. Beautiful, right on time too. Although I guess this isn't Wall Report, but I guess I'll add it because it's my spot and this is my boy. Tonight at midnight, 22nd birthday. Don't say it, man. The Beebs. I'm cutting it. 22nd birthday. We can drink now. Now he already can drink. He's been 21. I know. So happy 22nd, Beebs, at midnight. Fuck that guy. I didn't notice it until, of course, it's been the top trend on Twitter all day. So hashtag happy birthday, Beebs. Get his flat. His tires flat. Not Beebs, yours. So just checking in on the Twitter poll we put out there. Right now, it's 71% say that Steph Curry's better right now than LeBron was at his peak. Wow. That's 71%. That's it, because LeBron's he's labeled as one of the great ones. Yeah. If not the great one, at this point. I know we all live in a now type, right. It's always whatever happened now is the best, or but yeah, I mean that's people like impressive. Curry. They like him. They like the dude, man. The kids, the shows, the TV talks. He looks nice to everybody. He's got no enemies so far. Everyone loves his daughter. Yeah, I'm sick of his daughter. Yeah, really. He's still looking for some roles for her. Don't forget May 2nd. 7:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30, Steam Pub, 606 2nd Street Pike, Southampton, PA. I'll be there with the chef to the left. That's his joint. That's where he is the chef. So, the food is good there. Don't be sick tonight. And I'll be there with Mikey the Wall. We have a couple special guests. Who knows? We'll see what we can brew up for you. We're giving away some Phillies tickets if you give a damn about that, but they're good tickets. They're in club box seats. It's nice. You get food, booze, all the junk that comes with that. You got to sit in the 95 traffic to get down there. What are you going to do? That's Monday night, May 2nd. Sports Goombahs live broadcast from Steam Pub. What else you got, Mike? Is that it? We drained it. Have we drained the system? Hey, we're over an hour into this thing. Yeah. In fact, we milked an hour out of this. I'm surprised. And here's, I'm struggling. This is the struggle. The latest news I see that popped up 15 minutes ago, which was announced. And this would be the shocker of the year. Kind of, you were talking some Trump earlier. Trump has a new. He has two new supporters that are officially endorsing him. It would be NASCAR CEO Brian France, very key, and key. Hall of Fame driver Bill Elliott. So who would have thought that redneck? He's got the South. That man. Redneck got the South. NASCAR guys would vote for Trump. I never would have seen that coming. Yeah, well, it's the chaos has not yet started. Okay, after tomorrow night, when he wins all these states, and the other two goons have to bow out because they don't want to waste any more money and back this guy, then it really starts. It starts to go after the other side, the war, the war to become president. It's embarrassing, man. It's 100% embarrassing. I mean, I like it for the material, for the, you don't know what's going to happen next. You know, there's no filter on any of these, any of the Republican mouths anymore. It's open season now, except for that Ben Carson, man. He just sits back and he's just sleeping in the background. And somebody got to tell Kasich that he ain't got a chance. But no one has the guts to tell him. They feel bad because he's such a nice guy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kasich, the other guy running that you don't hear about.
I don't know Casey.
Okay, you know who.
I know Ben Carson.
Ben Carson,
yeah, of course.
He's legendary, man.
Now I want to come back next week with some more of these top 5 lists because I got some good lists ready to go for next week. So,
all right, good deal. Cashy the King. The chef is not to my left, but he will be next week when we go at it again at the Sports Goombahs. Mike the Wall, Cashy the King. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
Sixers are winning.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Not for long, though. It can't be the fourth quarter yet.